Traumatic events can interfere with a person's ability to critically think. You may have heard the term fight or flight or survival mode. When you enter survival mode, your methods of developing your next actions change. Survival mode can be triggered by a traumatic event or interpersonal trauma. Sometimes an event or continued trauma can cause somebody to get stuck in survival mode. This means they are unable to move back into regular thinking patterns because their body has been pushed to constantly focus on survival. Becoming stuck is often associated with chronic traumatic experiences. The more adversity a person experiences, the more impaired they become. This is why small amounts of stress can end up being a big deal for somebody in fight or flight mode. The more exposure somebody has to trauma, the more likely they are to gain detrimental personality traits. For example, someone who has had negative relationships start to gain a distorted view of what relationships should look like. Then, because they are in survival mode, they are unable to critically think and use rationality to adjust their behavior to a more positive outcome. Since humans are creatures of habit, it is likely most people repeat their past experiences even if they are negative. This is called reenactment. You can think of it like our instinctual properties. If this worked in the past, and I'm still alive now, then it will work again. A routine, even if self-destructive, is comfortable for us. Reenactment is not only bound to situational behavior. Humans can reenact relationship behavior. In interpersonal trauma, there are typically three roles: victim, persecutor, and rescuer. If you are attempting to help a person with interpersonal trauma, you would not want to put yourself in any of these roles. First, you don't want to create the reenactment. This will only result in past behavior happening all over again. Second, even if you wanted to become the rescuer, the person has already experienced the trauma and cannot be rescued from something that happened in the past. Third, we are susceptible to interpersonal trauma like everybody else, and we don't want to develop a situation that we ourselves fall into, one where we create new victims, persecutors, and rescuers. Educate individuals going through interpersonal trauma and explain how reenactment occurs. Provide an alternate experience and avoid recreating an interpersonal trauma situation. This includes a situation where you're a rescuer. Highlight the causes of reenactment and help them plan to make changes in the behavior that ends up causing more trauma. Trauma and chronic adversity can change the way an individual makes choices. In order to move forward and discontinue reenactment, a client needs to understand the cycle that they are a part of. When working with clients in regards to these issues, we must prevent every party from falling into a reenactment.